100 Years of Solitude is the masterpiece of Colombian author Gabriel Garcia Marquez, first published in 1967. A cornerstone of magical realism, the novel traces the rise and fall of the Buendía family in the fictional town of Macondo, exploring the profound impact of time, history, and fate on individuals and society. Through the family's cyclical struggles, Marquez reveals the inescapable tragedies and futility of the human pursuit of ideals and freedom. His use of rich symbolism and poetic language delves into themes of solitude, love, power, and the recurring nature of history, reminding readers of the insignificance of personal effort in the face of time's passage and the weight of destiny. The following narration will explore key scenes from the novel, unraveling the characters' inner worlds and the intertwined forces of fate, taking readers deeper into the complex landscape where fantasy and reality converge in Macondo. At the beginning of the story, Macondo is a new place, a land untouched by time and human chaos. It is founded by José Arcadio Buendía and his wife Ursula, who venture into the wilderness with dreams of creating a new world. The town is peaceful, surrounded by rivers and dense forests, full of possibilities and hope. But as we know, this dream is tainted by fate. Just like the land itself, Macondo begins with pure intentions, but will ultimately succumb to time's irreversible effects. This scene invites us to reflect on the beginning of things, whether it's a new journey or a new dream, where everything seems possible, yet the weight of destiny looms. José Arcadio Buendía is consumed by the pursuit of knowledge, obsessed with understanding the world's mysteries through alchemy and science. His laboratory is a place of both creation and destruction, filled with strange devices and ancient books. But as his obsession deepens, he loses touch with reality, becoming increasingly isolated and disconnected from those around him. His quest for knowledge is both a gift and a curse, a reminder of how humanity's search for meaning can often lead to a loss of self. We are reminded that the pursuit of truth, while noble, can also come at a great cost, one that sometimes results in personal ruin. The Buendía family is trapped in an unbreakable cycle, each generation bound by a curse that they can neither escape nor fully understand. The family stands beneath the shadow of an ancient clock tower, each member resigned to their fate, unable to change the course of history. Time in this scene is both a burden and a guide. The clock, frozen in time, symbolizes how the family is caught in a loop of repetition, as if history itself is an inescapable trap. The image of the family standing helplessly before fate reminds us that some things in life, like family and legacy, are far beyond our control. Aureliano Buendía, like many before him, embarks on a journey to change the world through revolution. But as the bloodshed and violence unfold, he begins to question the very ideals that once drove him. The battlefield becomes a mirror to his inner turmoil, showing how lofty ideals can quickly be tainted by the brutal realities of war. Revolution, as Aureliano learns, is not just a fight for freedom, but a constant struggle against human nature and the weight of history. This scene serves as a reminder that change, no matter how noble, often comes at a tremendous personal cost. Time does not spare Macondo. What was once a vibrant town filled with hope and promise is now a place of ruin and decay. The streets are empty, the buildings crumble, and the once bustling marketplace is abandoned. The sense of loss is palpable, as the town becomes a ghost of its former self. The decay of Macondo reflects the inevitable decline of all things, empires, families, and dreams. The scene invites us to reflect on the transient nature of life. Everything, no matter how powerful or beautiful, eventually fades away. Macondo's demise is a testament to the passage of time and the fragility of human endeavor. Aureliano Buendía stands in the ruins of Macondo, holding the prophecy book that has long foretold the family's doom. As he reads, he realizes that the events of their lives have been predestined, that no one in his family can escape the fate that was written long before they were born. The book becomes both a guide and a prison, revealing that fate is not a force we can fight against, but something we must come to terms with. This scene highlights the futility of human resistance against the greater forces of history and destiny. No matter how hard we try, we are bound by the past. Ursula is the cornerstone of the Buendía family, the one who holds everything together even as the world around her falls apart. She endures the hardships of life with determination and strength, refusing to succumb to the chaos and uncertainty. But even Ursula, with all her resilience, cannot escape the inevitable decay of the family and town. Her strength is a testament to the power of human will, but also to the limits of that will. This scene reflects the balance between strength and vulnerability, showing that while we may resist fate, we are ultimately powerless against the forces of time. Remedios' ascension into the heavens marks a moment of purity and transcendence. She is taken from the earthly realm, free from the burdens that weigh down those who remain. Her beauty and innocence, untouched by the world's suffering, elevate her to a divine state. Her ascension is both an escape and a form of destruction, as it separates her from those left behind. This scene speaks to the themes of purity, beauty, and the inevitable destruction that comes with transcendence. It reminds us that sometimes, in order to escape the weight of the world, we must let go of everything. Aureliano and Mercedes' love is filled with passion and longing, yet it is ultimately a tragedy. Their love exists in a world that is falling apart, surrounded by forces they cannot control. The beauty of their relationship is overshadowed by the inevitable fate that awaits them. Love in this case is both a refuge and a curse. It offers a moment of solace, but cannot escape the cruel realities of life. The scene reminds us that love, like all things, is fleeting, and that it cannot protect us from the larger forces at play in our lives. Aureliano, now a soldier, reflects on the cost of revolution. The battlefield is a place of destruction, not only of lives but of ideals. As he surveys the carnage, he begins to understand the futility of the violence, the way in which war consumes everything it touches. The revolution, once a noble cause, has become an endless cycle of suffering. Aureliano's reflection on the brutality of war serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of violence and the heavy price we pay for trying to change the world. Aureliano's defeat in the revolution is not just a personal failure, but a symbol of the broader defeat of ideals. The revolution, which once held so much promise, ends in a hollow victory, leaving Aureliano to ponder the true cost of his actions. History, as he realizes, is indifferent to individual struggles. No matter how passionately we fight for a cause, history moves on, indifferent to our efforts. This scene speaks to the futility of individual resistance against the sweeping tide of time. The Buendía family, once full of promise and ambition, now stands on the brink of collapse. Each generation falls victim to the same mistakes, repeating the patterns of the past. The family's decline is a reflection of the inevitable decay of all things. The once grand house is now a shadow of its former self, and the family members, though still alive, are worn down by time and disappointment. This scene serves as a reminder that no matter how powerful or influential a family or dynasty may be, time will eventually bring everything to ruin. In Macondo, time is not linear, it is cyclical, endlessly repeating itself. The characters, despite their best efforts, are trapped in an eternal loop, unable to escape the patterns laid out for them. Their struggles, their victories, and their defeats are all part of a larger, unstoppable cycle. This scene reflects the inevitability of fate, showing that history, both personal and collective, is bound to repeat itself. No matter how hard we try, we are all trapped in the cycle of time. Macondo, once a place of hope and possibility, is now a desolate wasteland. The buildings have crumbled, the streets are empty, and the town is all but forgotten. Time has claimed it, and with it, the dreams and ambitions of those who live there. The end of Macondo is a reminder that nothing lasts forever, that all things are subject to the ravages of time. It is a symbol of the impermanence of life, of the way in which all things, no matter how great, will eventually fade away. The final Aureliano, standing amidst the ruins of Macondo, holds the prophecy book that has long foretold the family's downfall. As he reads, he understands that his life and the lives of his family members were never truly their own. They were bound by a prophecy, and their actions were always part of a larger, predetermined plan. This moment of realization is both freeing and tragic, as Aureliano comes to terms with the futility of trying to escape the fate that was written long before his birth. The scene shows the inescapability of destiny, in the crushing weight of knowledge. The final moments of Macondo are fleeting as the town disappears into the dust of history. The once vibrant place is now just a memory, swallowed by time and forgotten by all but those who lived there. The winds carry away the remnants of the town, and with it, the legacy of the Buendía family. This scene is a meditation on the passage of time, on how everything eventually fades away, but in some way remains eternal in memory. Macondo may have disappeared, but its story and the stories of those who lived there endure forever.